Good evening and welcome to Sundays with Neelu. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for all your responses on last week's story. My prayers and best wishes to all of you. So, coming to this week's story is very interesting. It is an anecdote from the life of Mahatma Gandhi. So, we all know that Mahatma Gandhi is the father of our nation, India. So once, when Mahatma Gandhi was traveling, all over India to encourage people, yeah, he was passing by villages. He went to one village and then another to meet people. So at that time, he crossed a particular village and he stopped by after that to take a bath. So when he wanted to take a bath, he realized that his stone was missing. Yeah, Mahatma Gandhi used a stone to scrub his feet. Yeah, and all his belongings were taken care like by Manubai. So Manu is Mahatma Gandhi's grandniece. Okay, so this Manu was very flustered because Gandhiji said, "Where is my stone?" Yeah. So and Manu said that I don't know where I misplaced it. So Gandhiji said, "So find it." So Manu was very upset and she started searching all over the place. And she respected Mahatma Gandhi a lot. Everyone respected him. And he was a very principled man. And if he asked for something, he wanted it then. So she kept searching, but she couldn't find it. She went back to Bapu and she said, Bapu, I didn't find it. So he said that, okay, fine, go back to the place where we started and look for it there. So that place, the village which they left, was almost 15 miles away, and they were these coconut trees, and it was a thick route, thick forest route, which she had to take and go there to actually find that. So she was very annoyed that Gandhiji wanted that stone at that point in time. So but she couldn't say no to Gandhiji. So, and she promised to take care of him. And Gandhiji took very good care of Manu. He took care of her education, everything. She was with him as his disciple. So she decided to go, and she left early morning and she kept walking and walking and walking. There were coconut trees, there were supari trees, and that is betel nut. Yeah, and she crossed all these trees and somehow managed to reach the village walking. So when she reached the village, she found a weaver's house where they stopped by. So she went to that lady and she said, "Did we leave a stone here?" So the lady said that, I threw all that in the rubbish. Yeah, I trashed them because they were of no use. So both of them went and they searched for the stone. Yeah, that lady and Manu, they went and they searched for the stone in the trash, and finally they found that that stone which Gandhiji used, yeah, to scrub his feet. So she again walked back all the way 15 miles and came back to Gandhiji and handed him that stone. And she burst out crying. She burst into tears. So Gandhiji asked her what happened. She said, "I'm so sorry that I misplaced this stone, and I was really upset. But then it was a lesson for me. I prayed so hard that to find this stone, and I finally found it." Gandhiji smiled and said that, I too prayed that you to come back safe because you took a forest route and you went all the way to get it. But I wanted to teach you the lesson of being careful. Yeah, you can't be careless. So that's why I sent you. And people normally, pray when they have problems. Yeah, and he smiled. So this was an anecdote from Mahatma Gandhi's life. Yeah, about the way he taught people. He was very strict but gentle. At the same time, he was very principled. Yeah, this took me back to my school days, where I don't remember if I shared this with you earlier. There was this Helpage India for which we were collecting money. Yeah, so at that time, I was running around collecting money, going to every shop. We lived in a small place where my father was posted. So I used to travel 20 kilometers to school. My mother wanted me to go to a particular convent, and I went there. So I kept to collect funds for Helpage India. That is old people. Yeah, this Helpage India is an organization which was meant to. I think it's still there, and it helps old people. Yeah. So I told my mom that I want to collect money. My mom said that I will give you a few hundreds and your dad will give you a little money and you can give that in the school. So at that time I said, no, my teacher told me that I need to collect it by myself. So I kept going from shop to shop, and sometimes the shopkeepers gave me only 5 rupees, but I still took that money. And finally, I don't remember exactly, but I think I collected 863 rupees or something, yeah, way back. So then I took this money and I gave it to my teacher, and I was so happy. Though there were so many people who collected a lot more and gave the money, but I was happy that I did it exactly as my teacher wanted me to do it. So it is very important to have a teacher and in life, a mentor in life, and the mentor teaches you, because the mentor already walked the path. The mentor teaches you the right path. And as you grow, like, you'll find many teachers, but there will be only one mentor in life. Yeah. So it all depends on what you're seeking from life. This is what I feel. So I always sought to better myself, as a human being. So I found my mentor in Buddhism, Daisaku Ikeda, who is for me the best human being, and who is a world leader in peace, and who really lived his life through hardship and stood up, like, as a beacon of hope to many, many, many people, millions of people all over the world. So I want you to think about it when you listen to this story, and put your thoughts on what a teacher, on your thoughts on teacher, how important a teacher is, how important education is, and how important it is to learn lessons in life. Yeah, thank you so much for your kind attention, and please continue to be happy, healthy, and safe. I will see you again next Sunday, only on Sundays with Neelu. Till then, ciao.